everyone. It is such a pleasure to be here in my new home of the UK. The winner this evening is Claire Waite-Keller.
This woman is so amazing.
Oh, the glamour, the fashion, the regality. That was the Duchess of Sussex, Meghan Markle, making a surprise appearance at the 2018 British Fashion Awards in London on Monday night. She showed up to present the Designer of the Year honor to Claire Waite-Keller, the current artistic director of Givenchy, and notably, the woman who designed Meghan's wedding dress that she wore in May of this year. So she showed up for the woman who showed up for her. And joining me now is one of my favorite women from our London office, ET Online's Rachel McGrady. So, Rach, I mean, this is a big deal, right? And I feel like it's another moment of Meghan not being afraid to switch things up and do things the royal family hasn't done before, to just show up at this fashion event, wear that, one sleeve dress she was wearing and present this award. Were people surprised that she made an appearance?
They were shocked. And even Claire, who you mentioned was the recipient of the award, had no idea she was coming. She said, "I can't even tell you how surprised I am." When Meghan took the stage, Meghan, of course, was wearing a design by Claire herself, who works for Givenchy, and like you said, designed her royal wedding gown. But Meghan got up there, and not only did she present the award, but she also gave kind of a nice, empowering speech, as she's prone to do, about women and the fashion industry in general, saying it used to be cool to be cruel and now it's cool to be kind, and talking about how clothing and fashion can really help women express themselves. And of course, she looked stunning while doing it. So it was a very glamorous evening for the Duchess.
Yeah, by the way, you're seeing the actress Rosamund Pike standing behind them up there. And let's pull up Meghan's wedding dress if we can, if we have a moment, just to show that work that Claire did. There it is. Yes, yes, yes. It was much talked about, criticized by some for the fit, but Meghan's pretty much gorgeous in anything. And by the way, very much holding on to the bump, I noticed, caressing the bump when she was up on stage. And like we said, up there with Rosamund Pike, who you see in this boomerang. Here's another thing, like Meghan holding the bump, posing with Claire and with Rosamund Pike from the awards. And I mean, I gotta say, Rach, it sounds like so silly to make this a big deal, but is that a little wild that Meghan Markle posed for a boomerang on Instagram? I thought royals weren't really supposed to do the social media thing unless it was via the official palace accounts.
It is pretty crazy. She, of course, deleted her own personal social media accounts shortly after getting engaged. But it's pretty wild to see a member of the royal family in a photo booth situation like this, hanging out with a Gone Girl star. Of course, Meghan is used to doing that, being a former actress herself. However, I don't know that it's breaking any protocols. It's just not something that the royals tend to do. Of course, she looked stunning and glamorous, as she always does. And she just loves to cradle that bump. She
really does. You know what? And I love her for kind of shaking things up. I mean, we've seen over the years, of course, there's only so many social circles in England. Like William and Harry are friends with the Beckhams, and they do pal around with A-listers. But yeah, to see her in a boomerang, you're like, oh yeah, Meghan was this actress, and she's used to going up on stage and giving speeches at award shows and doing the social media thing. But as everyone does, we analyze, and a lot of people were talking about an official royal fashion protocol rule that she did break, right? What was it?
Yeah, so normally members of the royal family wear either clear or nude color nail polish because they find that darker colors distract. But Meghan, being at a fashion event and being a fashionable lady herself, chose to match her black nails to her black dress. And I think it looks just fine. So she stepped out with those darker nails, and this is not the first time that she's broken royal protocol. She's known for doing it. She's often stepped out without any tights, which gasp. She doesn't wear tights all the time when she's got the shorter dresses on. And she also has been known to wear some off-the-shoulder pieces. In fact, shortly after her wedding in May. The next month in June, she attended the Trooping the Color, and there, and you see in that blush gown, she wore an off-the-shoulder dress showing off that collarbone and those shoulders. And she's kind of fearless when it comes to that. Another photo there from her royal tour with Prince Harry. She's not afraid to kind of show a little bit of skin and kind of the sexier side to being a duchess. So
right, and we all talked so much about that messy bun that she has kind of now made famous, because Kate's buns were always very slicked back with no flyaways, and Meghan did a little more of a tendrils out moment. We've seen her, whether it was on purpose or not, but we've seen the tags in her clothes. We always have we all have little fashion missteps. And of course, the PDA of it all. I mean, everybody talked about how Will and Kate, even though they're married with kids, really never in the past even held hands in public. But Meghan and Harry hold hands. He puts his arm around her. They're very affectionate in a respectable way with each other. But even that level of affection, new for the royal family when it comes to public and official events. Well, Meghan continuing to make headlines. I love it. She's given us that glam, and I'll take it. Rach, thank you so much.
Thanks, Lauren.